What if I told you that Samsung is about to drop a foldable phone that could change everything we know about smartphones? A device that fixes the biggest flaws of today's foldables while pushing the limits of mobile innovation. Sounds like a bold claim, right? Well, let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy G Fold, a device that might just make the current foldable lineup look outdated. But before you get too excited, there's one big catch. And trust me, you'll want to hear this. Foldable phones have come a long way, and Samsung has been at the forefront of this revolution. Sure, we've seen competition from Oppo, Google, and OnePlus, but let's be honest, Samsung and Huawei have been the real pioneers shaping the foldable market. And now, Samsung is looking to take things to the next level with its first trifold smartphone, likely called the Galaxy G Fold. Now, trifold designs aren't entirely new. Huawei has already released a tri-folding phone, offering a 6.4-inch smartphone that expands into a massive 10-inch tablet. A true phone-to-tablet experience in a single device. Sounds perfect, right? Well, not quite. See, the problem with today's foldables, whether it's the Z Fold series, the Pixel Fold, or the OnePlus Open, is that they still feel like a compromise. They sit awkwardly between a phone and a tablet, without truly excelling at either. That's where a trifold design changes everything. Imagine a normal smartphone that transforms into a full-size 10-inch tablet, eliminating weird aspect ratios or awkward half-baked sizes. Just pure smartphone functionality when you need it, and a proper tablet when you don't. Now, before you start thinking, wait, doesn't Huawei already have this? Let's talk about what Samsung is doing differently. Because Huawei's trifold had a major flaw that made it impractical. And Samsung is fixing it with the Galaxy G Fold. Huawei's trifold uses a Z-type folding mechanism, which means the flexible screen is always exposed when folded. And that's a huge problem. Remember what happened with the first-gen Mate X? That soft plastic screen got scratched just by putting it in a pocket. Samsung, on the other hand, is using a G-type fold, which means the flexible display stays safely tucked inside when closed. No risk of scratches, no durability concerns. This is a big deal and a major reason why this could be the most practical trifold phone yet. Of course, this also means Samsung has to add an external cover display, similar to the Z Fold series, but that's a small trade-off for better durability and usability. But before we start celebrating, let's talk about the 3 biggest hurdles that could make or break this phone. 1. Weight and thickness. A trifold needs 2 hinges and has a larger screen, which means it's going to be heavier and bulkier. For reference, Huawei's trifold weighs 298 grams and is 12 millimeters thick, surprisingly thinner than the Z Fold 6. Now we know Samsung has been working on making the Z Fold 7 thinner, so if they can keep the G Fold close to those dimensions, it would be a major win. But if it turns out to be too bulky, that could be a deal breaker. 2. Battery life. A bigger display means higher power consumption. Huawei solved this with silicon carbon battery tech, packing a massive 5,600 mAh battery. But here's the issue. Samsung hasn't adopted this tech yet. If they stick to traditional lithium-ion batteries, battery life could suffer. And let's be real, no one wants to carry around a tablet-sized power bank just to keep their phone alive. 3. The price tag. Here's where things get tricky. This phone won't be cheap. We're talking at least $2,000, possibly even $2,500. That's laptop-level pricing. But here's the interesting part. Huawei's trifold sold for nearly $3,000 and still managed to sell over 3 million units. So, there's clearly a market for it. But if Samsung pushes the price too high, it could end up like the Apple Vision Pro, an amazing product with an absurd price tag. Oh, and in case you're wondering about the crease, yes, this design has 2 folds instead of 1. But users of Huawei's trifold say the crease is barely noticeable. Just like regular foldables, once you start using it, you stop noticing it altogether. So, when can we expect to see this game-changing foldable? According to Korean media reports, Samsung will likely showcase the G Fold alongside the Z Fold 7 in July. But here's the twist. Don't expect a full reveal just yet. If I had to guess, Samsung will tease it at the end of the event, just like they did with the S25 Edge. Maybe they'll show it to a select group, but the full unveiling might come later this year. Either way, I'm hyped for the Galaxy G Fold. If Samsung nails the weight, thickness, and pricing, this could be the next big leap in foldable tech. But what do you think? Is the G Fold the future of smartphones, or just another overpriced experiment? And speaking of Samsung's next big thing, you won't want to miss what's coming with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Click here to watch that video, and I'll see you there. With that said, thanks for watching Techie Sumit, and until next time.